Good evening. My name's Taylor Friedman, and I'm going to be doing a speech about animal rights. This is Patty, Marlene, Nicole, Cliff, and Dylan. Okay. According to the Statistic Brain Research Institute, the average number of animal cruelty cases reported in the media each year is 1,920. 60% of these abused cases are dogs, 18% are cats, 22 are other animals, and 26 of the dogs involved are pit bulls. The most common form of animal cruelty is neglect and abandonment, which is 32%. Animal rights is the idea that all non-human animals are entitled to the possession of their own lives and their most basic interests, such as the need to avoid suffering. Animals are such agreeable friends. They ask no questions. They pass no criticism. Says George Eliot. It is important to recognize that animals are meant to be on this planet, just as we are, and they have the right to be treated with respect as we would want to be treated. I have conducted my research on the Bucks County Community College library databases, as well as government organizations, and on top-ranked animal organization websites. There are many ways people can abuse animals, and it doesn't just involve beating them. Animal cruelty is an ongoing issue all around the world, and it needs to be stopped immediately. The problems I'm going to be discussing are organizations that are helping to make a change to fight for animal rights and what these neglected animals go through before they are rescued. The problems resolved are going to be laws are being passed on animal cruelty around the world, saying it is now illegal to abuse animals. There are many charities and organizations that take place for abused animals, that fix them up and find them good homes. Benefits to resolving the problem. Millions of animals will not be in pain every day from being abused. It is important to help them as much as we can because they are helpless without somebody who is able to care for them and give them the life that they deserve. All animals around the world are helpless because people think it's okay to neglect them. The Non-Human Rights Project, NHRP, is the only organization working through a common law of actual legal rights for members of species of other than animals. The Non-Human Rights Project's mission is to change the law status of some non-human animals, starting off with the lack of captivity that possesses any legal right. It is also known that chimpanzees are self-aware beings, yet the law still considers them to be things. Just like chimps used in experimentation laboratories, zoos, circuses, and animals in private homes, they have no legal rights. The Supreme Court has ruled corporations are entitled to certain legal rights because to some people, animals are just something you can throw around and wear. NHRP is planning to make a change in all of that. As we all know, there are many animal rights organizations out there, but no one has ever demanded legal rights for a non-human animal using the common law. Right now, NHRP has lawsuits on behalf of 3 more chimpanzees working their way through the courts, and they are in the middle of planning several new cases for the new year. The Non-Human Rights Project specifically focuses on great apes, dolphins, and elephants, and right now they are only entitled to basic legal rights as bodily liberty and integrity. Their legal claims are based off of the best scientific findings of genetics, intelligence, emotions, and social lives of animals, showing how self-aware they truly are. The specific goal for NHRP is for animals to have the right to bodily and liberty, meaning not to be imprisoned. This organization believes that animals should be freed and then transferred to a sanctuary where they can live their lives in an environment as close to the wild as possible in North America. The reason animals cannot be released to the full wild is because they would not be able to know how to survive on their own since they've never done it before, and they will not know how to hunt their prey. According to the Non-Human Rights Project, humans are animals. People tend to forget that. Under current law, the only animals recognized as having legal rights are humans. It seems to be that humans are the monsters, and animals are the only ones who have the heart of gold. Animals are 100% helpless when it comes to humans, and that needs to change. NHRP is about the legal system recognizing that at least some non-human animals have legal rights that can be enforced on their behalf. People everywhere can join in to help NHRP on their dream to help animals around the world be free from people who are neglecting them. NHRP works with volunteer lawyers, biologists, mathematicians, natural scientists, and predictive analytic professionals, as well as help from people just like you and I who can spread the word about organizations throughout social networking. Next, I'm going to be talking about PETA, an organization that focuses all on animals and what we can do to help them. PETA stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. This is an organization founded on the premise that animals are not ours to eat, experiment on, or entertainment. PETA started out with a group of volunteers in 1980, then transformed to an international organization with more than 3 million people and volunteers. Grassroots work is essential to the success of animal rights movement. PETA is committed to help activists around the world organize to protect animal rights. They are dedicated to establishing and defending the rights of all animals. PETA functions under the principle that animals are not ours to eat, wear, experiment on, or use for entertainment. They educate policymakers and the public about animal abuse and promotes treatment for animals. Like PETA and myself, we believe that animals should have the right to and deserve to have their voices heard, even if they are useful for humans. Like us, animals are capable of suffering and having an interest in leading their own lives. The heart of PETA's actions is the idea that we all should have the same rights. Humans and non-humans should be free from any harm. Our world is filled with many problems, and everyone deserves everyone's attention, and animal cruelty is one of them. PETA conducts thousands of undercover operations in all different organizations to find proof that these organizations are neglecting animals and that they should be shut down immediately. One revealing how baby animals are taken away from their mothers and subject to violent training sessions so that they are performed tricks in their show. Also, PETA donated medical stimulators to Egypt in exchange that the country ends all medical suffering from the animals because they use the animals for their medical training. PETA focuses on the 4 areas in which the largest numbers of animals suffer to the highest extent for the largest periods of time, such as factory farms, laboratories, animals in the clothing trade, and in the entertainment industry. People around the world have the power to make a change in an animal's life by sparing them pain, making better choices about what we eat, the things we buy, and the activities we support. You can help an animal in need by rescuing them and providing them a warm home with the love and care every animal deserves. Do you feel guilty about all the animals around the world that are suffering? If yes, there are many ways to help animals in need that you may not have thought of before. According to an animal cruelty and suffering organization, they believe the best way to help animals is to stay on top of the knowledge about animal cruelty. If we each do a little, a lot is achieved, says animal rights activists. It is normal to feel angry and upset about animal cruelty and to want to stop it but not knowing how to make a difference. Turn your anger into action and fight for those animals that need our help so badly. There are many ways to help animals, and some of these ways don't even allow you to leave your home. Here's a list of ways you can help stop animal suffering. 1. Only buy cruelty-free Only go cruelty-free shopping. Avoid funding animal torture and death. Report any animal cruelty you see. Take part in campaigns and petitions. Volunteer. Inform your community about the things they can do to help animals in need. and donate money, blankets, and food to shelters and organizations that care for animals around us. In closing, I would like my audience to become more aware of animal rights. Everyone I'm speaking to is huge animal lovers, including myself. Making a difference in our community when it comes to bringing in strays, taking them to get help, or even feeding the stray animals around the neighborhood can make a difference. It is important to spread the word to helping animals in need. You can make a difference by donating money to PETA, or the non-human rights project that I mentioned to you earlier. If you are interested in donating to other organizations, go to www.peta.org or www.nonhumanrightsproject.com. Oh my God. And click on the donation tab at the top of the page. You can also email NHRP and find out ways you can help make a change at media@nonhumanrights.org. Abusing animals does not mean just beating them. It is an ongoing problem happening around the world. And now you have the information you need to make a difference in an animal's life today. Do some research, inform your neighbors, or post on social media about how everyone can make a difference. Animals are a man's best friend, and each one of them have their own very own personality. Every animal deserves to live a good life and not need to live in fear of being hurt every time they open their eyes. People stereotype certain types of animals, and to me, it is all about how their owners treat them. For example, pit bulls are stereotyped to be vicious animals, yet to me, every pit bull I have ever met has been one of the sweetest dogs. People are the monsters here, not animals. Go rescue your furry friend today.